everybody, and welcome to Toffee Bluecast. Now, I just went to set the stream up, and it's late. I said 10 past. But my head's that fried from that game. I just set it up twice in a row and deleted it because I didn't even know what I was doing. Couldn't even think straight after that. My brain is gobsmacked. Honestly, gobsmacked. Now, we don't want to be going live, trust me. We're not a channel that loves attention in a losing sort of way because it's just frustrating. There might be a bit of swearing. I don't know. I'll try not to swear, but I don't know what to say on that. I really don't know what to say. Get involved in the comments. Tell us what you think. Gotta be. I know people will say it isn't, but one of the most frustrating games I've watched Everton play, Paul, in about 10 years at least. I've never been so frustrated watching them.
We said in the game before, don't isolate whoever's playing up front.
But
defend strongly, which we generally did. But stupid moments, and I mean, even when we equalised, part of it was VAR because I just presumed it was going to get disallowed because it was anywhere near the goalkeeper. So I didn't even celebrate until like 5 minutes afterwards. It was a surprise that we actually got the ball in the net. But then it wasn't that much of a surprise when they ended up getting something in the end and us ballsing it up. I'm just annoyed. That it's so stupid. So stupid.
Yeah, this is the worst I felt. I mean, if you got me on the first stream, I actually thought when I come off it, I looked nice and fresh. I thought, oh, you look nice. You had a nice haircut. Oh, come on, this now. And I feel like dog shit. Honestly, I really do because that's just drained me. It's just like, right, I'm going to put 90 minutes, 96 minutes probably, whatever it was, a pure stress on you, pure stress, like from minute one to all the way through. Stress, disgusting. It's just shite. And do you know what? This show might get a few questions. I don't know if it'll just because it's instant match reaction and I'm angry. I don't know, but it's going to be a few things we talk about on this show now that I don't normally say that could be different, right? Because first of all, I know you touched on Calvert-Lewin. I get it. It'd be nice for us to be that good to give him good service. But if we're not and he's just going to stand up there and do bugger all.
Yeah.
It's pointless having him up there. Now, you have Beto up there. He'll work his arse off and try his best just to get something from us being shit. You have Calvert-Lewin up there. He'll stand up there, look good, do nothing, not even put himself about. And Calvert-Lewin is not going to try and make himself get something. He's not going to try and get himself service, Calvert-Lewin isn't. He never does. He wants it, like Carlo said, in the box, on the plate. But we're that bad. You ain't getting that from us. So I think you've got to look at this Everton team and say, right, we ain't the team that can give Calvert-Lewin what he wants. But we are the team that's crying out for someone like Beto that's just going to smash into centre-backs, run about, chase lost causes and get himself something from nothing. And I think the goal that Beto scored was a perfect example of something that Calvert-Lewin wouldn't have even gone for. But Beto went for something that was nothing, but it ended up being a goal. And there are parts sometimes, because Calvert-Lewin did have two shots where he could have scored today. He didn't put his foot through that one where he hit it to the right. And you put that top corner if you're a good striker for me. I get it, Paul, but don't you feel that he's making shots look harder than what they are? I mean, you play opposition, they score. But then you look at Calvert-Lewin and you think, maybe the shot was quite hard. But we shouldn't even be thinking that. Our Everton players shouldn't be making us think it's hard to score. They should just be like, wow, what a goal. Wow, these are that good that can score from anything. That's what professional footballers should do, Paul. Me and you should be looking at that Calvert-Lewin shot and seeing it hard. A professional footballer should be making a shot look like so easy that we're like, wow, we didn't even know that's possible. And none of our players do that. Do you know where we grew up watching football, and even some ex-Everton players like Pienaar and stuff like that, you knew they had that little bit of they can score when you don't expect them to score. But the problem is with this Everton team, they do nothing unexpected. And I'm talking about when you watch them as well. Like sometimes in midfield, where you think they should drive it forward, they just don't because they think it's too risky and they bring it back. And sometimes you just think, you know what? You're Onana, you're better than that player in front of you. Just go at him. Garner, non-existent. You Garner when you're on the ball. Don't bring it back. Just go at him. Just give him a game. Take what you've got to him. Don't do any of that. And there's loads of stuff to talk about. And Sean Dyche as well. Another thing, last thing to get off my chest, right? I'm not one that's got off him, and I'm not said it's his fault. And I'll go to the comments because I know you'll all think I'm probably chatting shit. But Sean Dyche, I feel sorry for him because the players ain't. It's not all his fault. But those substitutions was disgusting. Like, you've got to bring Beto on earlier. For me, the fact that Beto scored and he brought Beto on after Young and after Garner. Harsh cheered us up. You know what I mean? Support the channel. I just paid 20 quid on the channel to StreamYard to make it go to Twitter out of our own frigging money. And I just thought, we paid £20 a month for this channel. And just for this crap. But yeah, cheers, Rob, mate. Cheers up.
Rob. Thank you.
Nothing to say, but keep your comments covered in, people. Appreciate that, Rob. Love you.
I tweeted halfway through and said DCL isolated. We look so weak attacking wise because of it. No excitement going forward, and the players don't look optimistic when they get around the box. DCL's was an all right effort. It wasn't like blistering pace. He didn't hammer it. It's the whole ethos that the players have got in their heads of fear of failure, and they've had it for years now. It's years. That fear of failure. I don't want to make a mistake. I don't want to be the reason that we lose this game. But at the same time, they're not thinking, I want to be the reason why we win this game.
Yes, exactly.
And it's that whole psychological process that they haven't been able to switch at all. You know, it was. I tell you what I liken it to is that I watched the Apprentice. I watched the Apprentice in the week, and there was a guy on it who argued that he didn't do anything wrong. And when he was asked his opinion, he said to the woman who was with him, he said, "You make the decision," right? And in his argument was because he didn't do anything wrong, that means that he shouldn't have been fired. But what I would have said, and I wish Sugar would have said it and all, is that, were you the reason why you won this task? Do you know what I mean? And I'd say that to the players. All right, you didn't make a mistake, but are you the reason why we should have won this? And I don't think any of them can say yes. You know, they haven't done anything which makes a plausible argument for them saying, yes, I did this in order to win the game. No, it's more, I did this so I didn't give the ball away, or I didn't make us lose the game. And I feel sorry for Coleman because it's an instant reaction kind of thing. And the ball shouldn't have even got that far.
It shouldn't get crossed in. It shouldn't. They always do it, you know. And this is where sometimes you should just sub them. It should not get crossed in. And if your wingers are getting tired, I don't know who was on that left-hand side. I was having enough at this point, but I'm still watching it. But can't not watch. But they should not cross that ball in. This was, by the way, Paul, it wasn't the first. There was a lot of warnings before that goal.
Yeah.
There was a couple of times they had that fast player down the wing with the dreads. And there was one time where the ball whipped over and he had a shot, the fast one that Godfrey was marking, and he had a shot and Branthwaite just blocked it on time. And you thought, you know what? You're letting them ping balls in our box way too easy here. And because we think we're that good at defending, we let balls come in our box. That's what frustrates me, is what we do. Instead of stopping the opposition, we let them do what they want, but we make sure we're set up well to cope with it, instead of actually stopping it. So if they want to get down our wing and they want to cross the ball, we don't say we're going to stop you from getting down the wing and crossing the ball. We let them get down the wing, we let them cross the ball, and then we hope that Branthwaite or Tarkowski heads it away. Why are we letting them do exactly what they want? Like, I don't get that. Like, you've got to at least block the cross. It could have been blocked. I don't know whether we was tired down that side. If we was, bring Patterson on, bring anyone on. I don't care who you bring on, by the way, because their manager wasn't afraid to make subs. If any player looks tired, he's got to come off because we're against Bournemouth. No disrespect to them. They're not no world beaters, superstar players. So it's a game where Patterson can come on if a player's getting tired. It's a game when he can play wing like he did with Young. I know people say we've got no depth, but the players should still come on if you're shattered or you're looking tired because I knew they was going to score. You could see it coming. You could generally, the counter-attack for them was ridiculously easy. And you think, Paul, like when you see them have a counter-attack, and you think, we've got to wave it, which there's loads of them. When you think, we've got to wave it there, Sean Dyche has got to respond and do something to stop that. Because if Everton keep losing, we are relegated. So he's got to do something to say, right, I'm lucky there. Everton could be losing. But then you see the same counter again. And then the same again, and it's done. And you think, if you're just letting it happen, you deserve to get caught out. You deserve to concede if you don't react to something or stop something.
Well, that was it. The own goal sums it up in many ways. Is that the ball came over, and you've got Branthwaite who's facing his own goal. I'm going to back off here because it's maybe closer in his eyes. It's closer to Pickford. Pickford's like, oh well, I'm not going to get there. I think it's closer to Branthwaite, and so they both leave it. It's not like if they'd both gone for it, if they'd both gone to try and do something about it, at least then you can say they were trying to do something instead of leaving it to the other.
Yeah, your perfect example that no one wants to take responsibility. That's your perfect example.
Left it to the other. And I tell you what, although it was an instinct, Coleman went towards the ball. Coleman didn't back off like both of them.
He tried to put it to Pickford, yeah.
He tried to do something with it. He tried to affect the ball. He didn't back off and kind of, weirdly, he should have let it go across him.
He wanted to shout from Pickford. Let it go.
His instinct was to try and do something with the ball, whereas other people, he weren't. And it was inevitable. It was inevitable.
And the first goal as well, like the cross from the first, I mean, it's the same, like the cross from the left. They had the player, the Kelly or whoever it was that come on. Can't remember his name, but they brought a left back on. It's Everton's look into it. They bring a player on. He does something good. Like they bring a player on course, he does something good as soon as he comes on. It's the Everton curse. But he comes on, he whips a ball in. Good ball. Player doesn't get challenged. Reminds me of the dunk header. I get it. Yeah, he's big, he's good in the air. But if that's the case, don't let the balls get crossed in so easy. If Solanke is that good in the air that we can't stop that header, then we need to do more to stop the cross from coming in. Because if the cross coming in is that dangerous that they're going to score from it, then you need to make another plan from defending the cross. And you need to say, right, if Solanke is going to beat Branthwaite and Tarkowski to that header, then we need to look at a solution to stop that cross from coming in. We didn't stop none of the crosses coming in today. It was a put your foot out, half-hearted. No blocks. Like if you watch that game, there was not once that Godfrey stopped a cross from coming in and blocked it. And there was not once that, I don't think Coleman did that on his side either. I don't think anyone stopped crosses from coming in. And it's a tactic that we do. We see it week in, week out. Because Branthwaite and Tarkowski are good in the air, we let balls get whipped in. And then Tarkowski or Branthwaite head it on the edge of the box. And then their player has a shot. And then you're like, oh, thank God he missed. And then it's a goal kick. It's a cycle of that all the time, isn't it? Ball cross, head it. No, when we head it down, by the way, and clear it, no one picks up on the ball. They always get the second ball as well. Always.
You think back to those games when home or away, to be honest, when the players have been closing down every ball, they've been chasing every ball. We weren't chasing every ball today. We were kind of in the vicinity. We were kind of close-ish to them.
On some beds in Portugal.
Hope that they would pass it back and then we could get our shape again. At least I've not made a mistake. That kind of thing. There's no tenacity. There's absolutely no drive and tenacity in that side at the moment. And that's the worrying thing. And whereas last year, we were dragging them along. We gave them that tenacity in the home games. We did what we could. We shoved a rod up their arse. And then in those home games when we needed points, we actually got them. I don't know whether we're going to be able to do that again. I don't know whether we are going to be able to get it right up there so they actually pull their finger out and show a bit of determination, because there wasn't determination to affect the game. There wasn't determination to get on the ball, take someone on, get
Beto
down
had
to the
that though.
byline, cross something in,
Beto
and
had
create a
that.
chance. I'd give you Beto because he came on with 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, but he had the determination to. You could see when he come on, he said, "Right, let's not give up." He did that, and you knew that Beto, he's not the most clinical, but he'll give 110%. And like you say, Paul, you knew he would try something, and he did try something. A couple of his touches, heavy, but when he come on, we look more like scoring just because he come on. I can't believe Calvert-Lewin stayed on all game. And this is not get on to Calvert-Lewin stuff, by the way,
No,
but to
no,
wear that Everton shirt, you've got to be good enough. I don't care who you are. You're not wearing that shirt unless you're the best in the squad. Not, and I'm for me, if Calvert-Lewin isn't on that pitch and he's making, we've seen Harry Kane sometimes when it's not happening for him, you come deep. I'm not comparing him to him, but you come deep and you make something of nothing, like Beto did basically. Calvert-Lewin, for me, if he's not doing nothing, you're losing nothing by taking him off. I would have brought Shamiti on for Calvert-Lewin just for fresh, and Shamiti he really does put himself about as well, Paul. He's like Beto, he's hungry. I'd have brought him on for Calvert-Lewin, and I would have brought Beto on the same time as well. They would have been my substitutions, by the way, when he brought Ashley Young and Gomez. And I'm sorry,
oh
Gomez is a
God,
good player. Maybe Gomez is an okay player if you're drawing or winning to try and keep possession or to try and do something like that. Gomez is not a player you bring on to win games. I don't know where Dyche has got this from, but he's done it twice now. You need to get up the pitch. You need to be fast. You need to drive. Gomez is a slow player. He's not a fast player. So I don't. If you're bringing a 38-year-old and a Gomez that's on his way out, or not on his way out because he has got potential, don't want to be harsh on him, but if you're bringing older players on like that, Paul, to drive us to win the game, that ain't that exciting. It's
no.
quite worrying.
I've been
It is quite worrying.
the feeling that I had
Get the
when I saw
comments on
you,
as well, Paul. Get the
when I
comments on.
saw
I'm
when I
angry. I've
saw
missed them.
when I saw Young and Gomez warming up. I've not been that uninspired since I saw Kone come on against City away. Do you know what I mean? And
I couldn't believe
it's
it.
just like, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? And they
Two
actually didn't do
strikers on.
anything. They didn't do anything. It
Bring
was just
two
like
strikers
for
on.
like. It was just like for like. And
But
just
when I
nothing
watched
changed.
Paul, when I watched the Luton game, and Luton was winning 3-0 against Bournemouth, the manager brought loads of young, hungry, fast players on. And I thought, you know what? He's took a big risk. He brought all his attacking players on, all of them.
Mm.
And he just went for it. And they come back and they won 4-3 from 3-0, or whatever the Luton game was anyway. But Bournemouth come back. They scored loads of goals to come back, and Luton couldn't handle them. I don't get why Everton ain't doing that. I don't get why when we look so slow, so sluggish, takes so long to get the ball up. We're passing, our midfielders are passing it to our defenders to get the ball up to the top. So why even have bloody midfielders? Put attacking players on. I'm sorry, but I'd bring Calvert-Lewin on. We don't have hungry, fast players. Right. So why not bring Shamiti on? Bring Patterson on for McNeil if he's slowed down. Don't care what side Patterson's on. Just bring him on and say, "Run your socks off, Patterson." I know, I slap you around the head, but go on, earn your place back, Patterson. Just say that, Dyche. You know what I mean? I know you gave you a slap around the head, but earn your place, Patterson. But Patterson will want to prove him wrong. I know he made a mistake for Scotland, but Patterson, you come on for McNeil, run down that wing, bomb it, and be an absolute nightmare for Bournemouth. Shamiti, go on, run your socks off in Calvert-Lewin's position. Shamiti, show me that you're better than Calvert-Lewin. Go and show me that you want this position more than Calvert-Lewin. That's what I'd do. I know we always say, oh, we don't have these players. We don't have these players. We have got players on the bench. We had good enough players. Well, it showed because we went all that game without playing better. He comes on, he scores. Who's saying if Shamishi didn't come on, he wouldn't have done all right? Patterson, bring him on. If the players that are on are looking shite, like McNeil and Harrison was, change them. Don't care who you change them for. Don't care if you change them for out of position players. Just change them for me.
I tell you what, the DCL and Beto thing. You know how some people refer to.
But McNeil's doing nothing.
They refer to the likes of, say, John Stones, Branthwaite. Will maybe get this, like kind of Rolls Royce players, because they just sort of glide across the pitch. They're good on the ball, that kind of thing. I think DCL sees himself as that kind of player. I think he moves around the pitch like he is a level above. Like
Yeah, he
Branthwaite is
does. He does.
Branthwaite is a level above. John Stones, I know it's City, but I'm just sort of thinking of Rolls Royce kind of players. They move around the pitch as though they are a level above. All right, it's the same as some amazing foreign players. They do the same. They just have a different aura about them, different movements across the pitch. DCL moves around the pitch as a striker, but as a Rolls Royce striker. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't. There's no barge about him. There's no.
No.
There's no bite about him. And like I was saying, tenacity before. He's not lunging in. You don't see DCL getting booked for a late challenge where he's going for the ball. You know, you don't see that. So what do you want? Do you want someone who's going to do that and possibly hold the ball up well or not? Or are you going to have someone like Beto who really he seems to come on the pitch? And like he said, he said when he joined us, he's not the most talented footballer, but I tell you what, he'll give you 110%, and he'll barge and he'll bite and he'll create things just literally from his presence. I think DCL's mentality has just got to change. You are not a Rolls Royce striker. You are not in a
Right.
team that can afford to have that kind of striker, and you're not finishing the chances to earn that level of notoriety against other sides. We need bite, and we haven't got any.
No, I completely agree with you. I mean, you can't just Calvert-Lewin can't just look behind him and see us looking like we can't get the ball to him and like just expecting him to get some nice delivery on the plate to score goals. It's not going to happen. He's got to put himself about more for me. And it might not even be Calvert-Lewin's fault. We just might be that bad that our style of play is just really bad for him and he needs to move on.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I
That
mean,
might be the
there's
case.
more than just DCL. I'm not just DCL bashing, by the way. It's just in particular positions. Forward is the main. For being, the forward is the main thing at the moment. We should have had a penalty. I'll tell you that. That we get a penalty, we score. A game's different. It really is. But again, doesn't work out for us. Surprise, surprise.
No, I don't know why we didn't get a penalty. I don't know why we didn't get a penalty, but then I did think to myself, you should get the penalty. You shouldn't be thinking like this. But I thought to myself like, we should be, we shouldn't be relying on a penalty to win the game. The game should be finished. Like after 45 minutes, we spent 45 minutes of doing nothing. We passed the ball about backwards, and it was like because we're getting possession, we're in control. Don't worry, lads. We'll get this later on. We've got possession. We're away and we've got the ball and we look like we're really comfortable and we can win this. So we'll just wait for it to happen,
Yeah.
not force it to happen. And I always say, play like you 1-0 down from the kickoff. That's what we need to do. That's what Luton do. Luton play like they're losing before they even start, like they've got to win. That's the reason Luton have played so well this season, is because they know they're in a big battle to stay up. We're not acting like we're in a big battle to stay up. We're acting like we're just going to stay up if we just. I don't know. I don't know whether some of these players, Paul, think they're better than they are, and they're just thinking like, if I be my name, that's enough to keep us up. You know what I mean? Like we'll stay up just by me, but they're not trying to earn it. They're not trying to do the dirty work and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm just frustrated with these now. I had
Well,
enough with them today because they're just. I even questioned Sean Dyche today.
did you?
Like, yeah, I've got big because I've always sided up from him. I've been his biggest fan. But if he isn't getting the players doing it, and if they are as bad as they are today, and his record, I keep defending his record because the performances haven't been that bad. But no manager doesn't get sacked if they're this bad. And I don't know, like sometimes I'm watching us, Paul, and I'm thinking like we're just not driving forward. We're not looking like we want to get a goal. And I'm thinking if the manager's not putting in these players, like sometimes on the touchline today he was smiling. I'm thinking, I get you're allowed to smile, by the way, but I'm thinking we need to win this. Like, do you? Am I shitting myself thinking we need to win this, and everyone's acting like we don't, player wise, manager and stuff like that? Why? I don't know, man. I just feel we should be doing more. I really do feel that we're doing a Leicester here. I think we're doing it. You know where Leicester thought they were up, Paul, all season,
Yeah.
and they just thought they was going to be up just through playing, and then
Mm.
come the end, they went down and probably regretted it and thought we didn't even fight to stay up. I think we're doing that this season. I really do.
We are doing it a bit. And the thing is, I mean, it's the same as it has been for the last few seasons, is the fact that we only need 3 teams to be worse than us. We've said it for the last few seasons. It's just, thankfully, there have been. But, oh my God, it's getting closer and closer.
But not
And
now, yeah.
another points deduction supposedly coming this week. God knows what's going to happen with that. This is really close. This is the closest that it's going to be, I think.
You know, I said it and I'll say it again, and people grill me for this and they say, oh, you're pathetic thinking this just because you're down. But I really do sometimes miss Damari Gray. I don't care what people say. No, it's just
No,
like there's no
it's not
like
what I
you know.
thought you were going
Sometimes
to say.
there was one point where I thought I missed Damari Gray today, and it's because we had a counter attack down the left. It might have been Calvert-Lewin holding it up for the first time ever, but we had a counter attack. And we was all bombing it forward, and there was only one player that could get up on time. Like there was one player that could counter attack. And I'm looking at us now. I don't think it was even possible for us to counter attack, Paul. And last season we had counter attack in us. We said, "Oh, we got Damari Gray, we got this, and we can catch teams out on the counter." We did it against Man United with Damari Gray. That's one thing he was good at. He wasn't the best. I'm not saying he is, by the way, but I know I get you wanted to leave for Saudi. I'm just saying like that we missed. Maybe Dan Juma, Dash needs. But the thing is, as well though, Paul, we need fast attacking players. That's why Bournemouth was quite good today because they've got a few fast attacking players, counter-attack players. We need that, but whenever we get a faster counter-attacking player, they often can't defend, Paul, and Dyche pushes them out. He's done it with Dan Juma a little bit. If anyone doesn't offer the defensive work that he wants, he doesn't like them that much. But I think sometimes you've just got to forget about defending and go and try and win games. Because if in your head you're thinking about defending more than what you're thinking about scoring, you're going to be doing a lot more defending than what you're going to be doing scoring, and that's what we're doing at the minute.
There were 2 moments going. There were 2 moments going forward where.
I know. By the way, Blues, I know there was it in the squad. I'm saying when he comes back. Trust me, I already know Dobbin's injured.
One was
injured.
One was when Decore and DCL. I think we'd won the ball high up, and DCL gives it to Decore, and you thought Decore could move forward about 10, 15 yards with the ball, but he didn't. Straight away, first time, he gave it back again. And then there was a thing on the edge of the area where the commentator said it's good one-touch football, this. And it was just 1-2s all the way along, but we were doing so well doing 1-2s that we got to the 6-yard box and just gave it to their keeper. So again, it's just that mentality of, no, I won't do anything wrong. I'll give it the ball to you. So you do something, you know.
I'd rather them just go out and say, I'd rather the manager just say, you know what? Like the Spurs manager does, is saying, we're going to give it a good go and winning. And if that means us conceding a few goals, we're going to go out to win. I'd rather us do that, to be fair. I'd rather us just go out and give it a good go and winning. By the way, I am really frustrated and didn't want to go live after this because I don't want to be like a puppet of anger after we do shit. I don't want to be. This is not what this channel's about. We try and boost people back up, but you do also have to put out a bit of how you feel after the game to show that we do frigging care, and we do. We're not deluded. A lot of the time, you probably see me and Paul, and people probably say, "Oh, these are too positive." We're not. We just try and be frigging positive, even when.
I'll tell you what. I'll show it before we wrap it up because I've got to go on a sec.
I'm gonna go as well.
We're gonna. We'll leave you with. We'll leave you with a positive. We'll leave you with a positive. So yeah.
You got one because I ain't in that game.
I have got one. Yeah, I have got one. We're not in the bottom three,
I don't think that's the only positive. But I tell you something: unless things
and we've
change,
got a
we
game
will
in
be in
hand,
the bottom three. We'll
and we've
be in
got a
there
game in
unless
hand.
things change. I think
Look at
what
that.
you said, Paul, like the only thing that I can think of, and you touched on it earlier on because I was listening to everything you said. You said the players need a rocket up their arse. I honestly do believe Everton Football Club need to let the coach and the players meet the fans. That meet and greet, where they're not doing it anymore. The fans are going to be there, but the Everton Football Club, for me, need to make sure that those players see the fans because the players need to be scared and start realizing what's happening.
Yeah,
They need the rocket up the arse. The players need to be like us banging on the coach and letting you know you're pissing around with our football club. You need to start freaking pulling your socks up, mate, because you need to start winning. Not messing about passing it in the halfway line. You need to start winning games because we could get another deduction. And I'm telling you, we could go down this season unless we pick up. And we, as Toffee Bluecast, keep coming on this channel and saying, right, this is our pickup. This is our pickup game. This is our pickup game. And it's not happening. And the scary thing is, nothing's being done. So my point is, something needs to be done now. And Daesh, don't go and frigging dodge the fans, mate. Bring the playables yourself now. Go out to the players and meet the fans because fans, they ain't happy. I'm not happy anyway. I'm not happy. We need to do something, don't we, Paul? Because I don't think we can just keep leaving it. Something
no, we
needs to
do.
be done to
Well,
give
we
these
could.
players that hunger.
Yeah, we need definitely the Burnley game's absolutely massive. I mean, the thing is that it's not out of the realms of possibility that Tuesday. I mean, it's bank holiday on Monday, isn't it? So Tuesday Premier League come in with whatever the decision is for points. Say it's 4 points, the same as what Forest got, which should have been more, by the way. But say it's 4 points that we get taken off before we play Newcastle. We're in the bottom three then. You know, we're 21, Luton 22, Forest 22.
And we don't look like
Burnley.
we've got no spark this time, do we, to get out of it like we had last
Well,
season? That's the scary part.
we need one because Forest we're away at Newcastle, but Forest play Fulham at home. Burnley have got Wolves at home. Luton away to Arsenal on the Wednesday, but it's the manner of the defeat, the manner of the performance is what is most worrying for me at the moment. And this week is pivotal.
The Blue says
We
we
could
are a party
we
who needs to look.
we could go the Burnley game on. We're obviously going to go the Burnley game on Saturday. We could finish that Saturday, and it could be looking like the absolute worst situation that we've been in. And we've been in some pretty bad situations. We were 4 points adrift when Leeds were involved, for example. You know, and we had some games in hand, and we managed to get some bits off there. But Christ, we had to work hard for that. You know, and
I do feel
the
more
Palace game,
scared than what I've done the last.
we need.
I
Well,
actually
we
feel
need
more
to.
scared, Paul, than the last two seasons now.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
for I'm foreseeing more of a problem this season than we've had before. At least in the other ones, I felt as though we still had enough to get out of it. At the
but it's
moment,
weird though
I
because it
don't know
feels
whether
like,
we're not scoring goals. We're not scoring goals.
yeah, I know, but it just feels like last season we was doing the right thing. It feels like we're not responding now, and that's what I think. That's the thing. It feels like we're not. I get that the Blues Day saying we need luck, we need quality and stuff like that. We do need luck. It did at the post. We do need the penalty as well, and it does help. But I just think we could do more. I really do think that we could do more. I get you. We need luck, but that first half, I can't forgive that. We just, like Paul's just said, that we're so safe. And I see us. We could try so much more. We really could try so much more. Just that forward pass, quicker passing, move forward. We can do that. We can at least try a bit more. But like I said, I generally do think, and I will probably crop this, but I generally do think that this is the time now. Otherwise, we will do a Leicester. I think we need Everton Football Club to tell us that the coach is going to go past the fans and us to make a big statement to give them the rocket up the arse that our club will go down if they don't step it up. And I'm telling you, it's worrying. They're not trying hard enough for me. They're not fighting to stay up. And I can take that, Paul. Do you know if they're showing the fight to stay up, I can say, you know what, we're going to stay up because I feel like fighting, the players feel like fighting. But when you get up for this game, like we was in the pre-match, when you get up for the game and you watch them play that game like that, not even up for it, being a footballer, I think it's pathetic if you're not running around, bombing it, trying, fighting. They just didn't have that for me. But yeah, I'm sorry, people, it was a bit of a depressing one. But I can't come live and act happy about that. I'm sorry, I'm not that much of a good actor. I'd be an Emmerdale if I was. But we have faced the music, haven't we, Paul? That's the main thing.
You got to. And I'm glad we do it now instead of regurgitating it tomorrow. We've got it off our chest. Yeah. We're not happy about it. What are you doing with your Saturday night?
Going to put a couple of lampposts walking down the street. See how many lampposts I can spot walking down the street. I think there's about 7 lampposts down my street. I'm going to put every single one and see which I can knock over after that.
Yeah, well, I'm going around a mate's house now. Unfortunately, he's a cop-ite. I'm sure he's going to make me feel loads better this evening while we have some drinks.
I don't put him as well. He'd be my lamppost. Mate, it's going to take me about 3 days to recover from this. It would take me about 3 days to recover from, probably longer. Well, saying that, we've got a game on Tuesday. That is the positive as well.
Yeah, thank God for that.
We have got a game on Tuesday to put it right. And I know for a fact, if we beat Newcastle, it will make us feel better because it seems a bit of a rivalry game just lately. So, yeah, let's just, I don't know, man. Something needs to be done, and it's scaring me that nothing's being done. That's why I'm questioning the manager a little bit now, because I think that we need to change something. Can't keep playing the same frigging cards all the time. You know what I mean? It's the shit cards. That's what we keep doing. So, Everton, aren't we? What a team this is. What a stress, man. Oh, my days. The relegation battle, Crystal Palace, gone. Relegation battle, Bournemouth, Paul. We kept them up. Gone. Now we're here again. With what, 9-10 games frigging.
We've got to do it before. We've got to do it before last day of the season. Same as the Palace year. You know, we've definitely got to do that, and we will. We are positive, Dan. It's hard at the moment, but we are positive.
We haven't stayed up twice and gone through all that stress and shit and for no reason. Can't fight 2 battles that was so hard to win to stay up. And then just give up. We have to get ourselves up for this battle and then hope that the owners are better owners and help us out a little bit. That's what we need as well, though. A bit of investment, because I'm not being funny. If we had a couple of wingers, Paul, like we've got no backup wingers. Dobbin was injured today. Dan Juma was injured. So we have no wingers. Wingers. So we need a bit of investment in this team as well. We do. Right, everybody. Here we go. See you later. Cheer yourselves up. We couldn't cheer you up.
Have a good night, everyone. Have a good night. Do your best.